it, remove my stutters. Okay. And then we're going to have fun, as much fun as we can. I know you're busy. I'm busy. And I'm live streaming right now. Make sure it's playing. Remove my stutters. Okay, there's that. I'll X out of that. And let's record and have fun, okay? Okay, welcome Team Gang friends. Vin Lamanti. I want to say welcome to this Texit Coin business presentation or overview or intro to Texit Coin, something that I had multiple people reach out to me and I said no, like usual. I don't even know why. So I'm going to get into it. I have a slideshow I just put together. I want to say welcome if you're a guest, if you're involved, if you're seeing this online. There's links you can click below. You can add an email in and you can get more information. Get on our email list because you may want to take more than one look at this. And that's like what I did is I started really looking at this and I wanted to know more. So here's how I was approached, okay? Back in like February, I had a friend of mine, my friend Ed, a guy I know who never calls me. We're friends, but we don't speak on the phone. We just, he calls me, so I answered the phone. And meanwhile, I was doing another affiliate project, so I'm like, good, I'm gonna pitch in my deal. He tells me about Texit Coin, and I don't know what he's saying because I'm not like really into crypto. I don't love cryptocurrency. I don't hate cryptocurrency. I can't deny that my wife and I don't know, even know how many times we've said, oh, shoulda, coulda, woulda. We walk, we talk, we say, well, the kid's getting so big when they were smaller. We should have done this, and that, and invested in Bitcoin. Is anyone with me? Drop a one in the comments if like you've ever said like that. A lot of times we live in the past. So back when I had heard of Bitcoin and all these cryptos years ago, I was like, what is that? Now it's not denying digital currency is and how many crypto billionaires and millionaires are not just Bitcoin. So anyway, but I don't have a great understanding of how blockchain works or anything, nor have I ever understood how my 401k worked. So I just know basic math and numbers. So we're gonna, by the way, this is going to be like a third grade type of overview, all right, for folks, because I'm going to share with you how I was approached. I started, what I saw, what I did, results I had, and why I'm doing this presentation. Fair enough? And so Ed calls, I ignore him. That's it. He also tells me that our friend in common, Carl, told him no. All right. Now I know Carl. I'm going to bring Carl on in a minute. Carl has been a business partner of mine for some years. We've always made money together. We've always had fun together. I've met him in person. We know one another. We're friends. I love to have Carl as a neighbor, good guy. So when Carl calls, we run things by each other. We've been involved, together in business together. So he said, Carl said no. I said, oh, that's reassuring. And so then another guy, Mitchell, who calls me. He never calls me, but this guy's like so excited. Something in their voice. I'm saying these guys are all excited about something that I think we kind of swore off. Like in the past, I've seen crypto deals with like affiliate marketing, and I'm like, why would this be different? So I didn't listen to that's three people. And my friend Mike, who does a lot of video, my friend Mike Healy calls me. No, thanks. My friend Grace, my friend Frank, everyone. I'm watching other people I know on Facebook. They're all getting started and having good results. I'm watching the coin go up. I'm watching the results they're having from the affiliate plan. So on May 3rd, so then Carl calls me and I'm driving to Florida. I was in the car. I said, Carl, just say whatever you want. You can go on for an hour. And he does. He goes on for an hour and he's excited. And I said, no, listen, I'm not right now. That was March 25th. All right. So just so you know, to put you at ease, if everyone says the same thing, I think, no one said, oh yeah, hurry up, sign me up. So anyway, that was March 25th when I spoke to Cole. Excuse me. He just kept texting me his results. I don't mind. Inboxing me numbers, this. I just didn't understand it. On May 3rd, because I was watching so many people. I started watching videos. I'll show you some of the videos I watched. I started watching a lot of videos. Let me see if I can find that. I should have had that ready for you. I started watching all these videos and it got my attention. So I said, call, jump on, and I'm going to see more. I jumped on a Zoom. I signed up on May 3rd. Right, today's August 11th. May 3rd. I bought a node. I don't even know what I bought. I didn't buy any coins or any crypto or anything. I bought a mine. And I didn't really even understand that, to be honest with you. But I wanted to like in, kind of, but I didn't want to tell. So I signed up on May 3rd. I think it was a Sunday with Carl. I didn't look at it. I didn't post anything about it. I didn't speak to anyone about it. I didn't do anything with this. And then I just was watching, stalking people online, watching more videos, and finally I'm like, I can't ignore this. People are making a lot of money, and I have had some, not to even get into it, some health issues recently. I said, God forbid something happens to me. I want to. There was this video that my friend Mike did, retire with 9K. How can? And I watched like 12 times. I'm like, I can't ignore this, right? I'm seeing it happen in front of my face. So I went and I said, Carl, how do I look at my back office? Like, how do I log me in? Like, what did I sign up for? 90 days. This is on August 3rd. Ironically enough, that was 90 days later. And I'll share some slides with you. And I'm going to go through this as quick as I can. But I'm just kind of sharing with you from the heart of how I got started. Maybe you can identify with this, right? And I hope I don't have too many slides. But anyway, so he shows me, and I look, and I made money every single day from the day I signed up until last night, and like every single day, passive, right? Made tokens that you can put into currency within like 45 minutes to an hour, easier than a 401k or anything else. And I said, holy crap, it's only $5 a day I'm making, right? But I'm like, I didn't do anything. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't say anything. I'm like, okay, what's next? So that's why I'm doing this presentation now, because I used it. I know it works. You don't need to be in MLM or network marketing. Forget that. I'm just telling you that this is the first thing I've ever seen that does that, right? Like actually, and it works, right? So I'm going to go through this as quick as I can. If you have any questions, throw them into the Q&A. If you want, oh, I didn't put the chat on. Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. Um, how did I do, what do I do here? Why does it do this? Sometimes it does this. Uh, if you guys want, I didn't have the chat on. You can use it now, I think. And so if you want to let us know where you're tuning in from, right? You can do that. Let me see here. What the hell is it? Let us know where you're tuning in from. Can you use, does the chat work? Let's see, everyone. It says everyone can chat. Drop them one in the comments. This way I can see if it works. All right. If not, I'm sorry to be a run-on sentence. All right. So text it. What is it? Oh, good. It does work. How does it work? Oh, someone's in a Q&A. Bob Ullman's got one in the Q&A work. Thanks, Bob, for that. Could someone drop something in the chat? I don't know why it does this sometimes where the chat doesn't friggin' work. Let me see here. Uh, all right. If you want to chat, we'll do it in the Q&A. I'll fix it next time. Okay. Chat is disabled. Thanks, coach. I'm getting coached while I'm doing this. Let me just one more second. So see chat previews. That is got me. Let me go like this. Oh, got it. Okay, I'm sorry. Try the chat now, please. But and this is why I record this stuff, because now I can edit that and remove this whole scene we just caused. Can you let me know if the chat works, please? I'm sorry. Uh it should work, right? Good grief. Good grief. Yes, sir. Chat works. It does. Thanks, Ed. Sorry for telling you no, Ed, when you called me. Sorry for telling you no, call when you call me. It's what we do. We say no when people approach us. We say no, thank you, nicely. I wasn't being negative, I hope. Okay, text it. What is it? How does it work? All right. So, like I just shared with you already, right? How I was approached, why I started, and why I'm doing this presentation. Okay. So why I'm doing this presentation is I have these. All right. I just put the slide together not 5 minutes ago, and now you can't even see the photos. But these are photos of my, you see my house, but I got photos of my beautiful family here that I'm just absolutely highly favored and blessed by the Lord to have what I have, right? And so, but what I also have is these things. Now, see these things on the right? I don't know if you have these, but everyone says everyone has it. Mortgage, car payments, credit cards. I don't have student loans, but like this taxes, insurance, food, gas, utilities, cell phone, savings, clothing, Netflix, Amazon, gym, like these things come in no matter what you do. These are recurring bills. They come in every single month, no matter what. God forbid I can drop that. God forbid, and they're still going to come in, right? So, background to put this in context. You're probably like me, have a good job, right? I had a job for years. My parents said, "Hey, get a secure job with pension and benefits. Got to get it," and I did it. Blessed. 11 years New York City cop, paid by W-2. 10 years, I went over to the fire department, paid by W-2, had a great career, very happy. But I mostly was like getting paid W-2, paid last, right? Taxed. Okay. And I was using my money to pay all these things. And, I kept what's left over. And I think a lot of, I share this because a lot of people identify with this. I did take the job for the pension, which is, we call it the pension fairy. It is residual income. I do get a pension for life. And it's incredible. It really is. That's like a savior. It's mailbox money. If you don't have a pension, a lot of people don't. You may want to watch this. All right, really lean into what we're going to share with you. Okay. So I got started in business. I was in the mortgage business. Also, I would originate a mortgage, close a mortgage. I would get paid, but then I'd be unemployed until I did it again. There was no residual income, no benefits. It was good because it's 1099 and you can make a lot of money. But I found myself working 60, 70 hours a week. I got introduced to different concepts in business, affiliate marketing, network marketing, things like that. I started these two books really did change my life. They really did. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant. A lot of people are insulted by Robert Kiyosaki, how he speaks sometimes. It didn't insult me. I was like, wow, I really have to do something. Otherwise, I can't have my time back. I literally didn't have my time. I really leaned into it and paid attention. I got involved. I learned about leverage. And this is why I'm doing this now to leverage. I needed leverage. I only had my time. So that was it. Like, spend my time and get money and pay the stuff back and forth. I just wanted my life back, more time, right? I needed leverage to do that because I'm not a sophisticated investor. I don't own all these real estate properties and I'm not this big time entrepreneur. I'm a regular person. So I needed to learn more about how do I learn to leverage like the internet, build businesses, create teams, right? Things like that. Also learn about passive income, which I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about my pension is residual income. It's residue of work that's already done. Network marketing, if you've ever been involved with network marketing and products or services, anything, you build a team, you build it out. It's residual income. It's residue of work that has been done or residue of orders that keep coming in, recurring. Passive income is different because like I got this mine, this node, I bought it and I didn't touch it and look at it. It's literally passive. So the passive income is really something. And believe it or not, this whole process is waking me up to even more than ever, right? Passive income is the ultimate form of leverage, allowing you to earn money while you sleep, have the freedom to focus on what truly matters, right? That's why I had the pictures of my family. It didn't pop up, but that's what truly matters to me. Robert Kiyosaki, T. Harv Eker, Albert Einstein, Warren Buffett. I think that these all apply to this particular presentation. Robert Kiyosaki, you can only be financially free when your passive income exceeds your expenses, your monthly bills, right? T. Harv Eker, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. I know that's kind of nerve-wracking to people or people take it the wrong way, but it's kind of, a lot of people right now, especially 2025, 2026, the world's nuts, like they're realizing, yeah, I got to do something else in addition, right? Crypto, AI, there's things out there that were saying, I have to learn about this. Albert Einstein, compound interest, right? Warren Buffett, never depend on a single income. I can identify with that. I am going to speak about Texit Coin. I don't know exactly what slide is next, so please bear with me. I'll have it better tomorrow. But first, listen, let's talk about the elephant in the room, right? This is something too, because, this is what I said. Like when I first was approached with anything other than like work 8 hours and get paid, or someone, or any, like a crypto thing or network marketing thing, it's a scam. I've done something like this. It didn't work. I get it. I get that, right? Because if you've done one of these a bunch, I did more. I'm telling you flat out. If you know me, if you're one of my guests or friends, I've done more of these. All right? I'm just saying. Now, some I've won big, and some I haven't. That's life. Such is life. So, I am sharing information. You do your diligence. By the way, we got to do the disclaimer. I'm not a financial planner. If you would listen, I was a fireman. I don't even listen to financial planners. Like trust the science. You got to make your own decisions in life with things, right? So, like, what is a scam anyway? Like what does it even mean when you think about it, right? Let's look at the mortgage crisis. Millions of Americans lost their homes in retirement, right? Back in the day. You know it if you lived through it. I was in the mortgage business when this happened, right? The banks knew about this. This is known. This has all come out in the wash. The banks knew about it, and then the government bails out the banks with the taxpayer funds. Is that a scam? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I was involved in it, as far as I'm a taxpayer, right? We bail out the banks. Okay, good. What about like these politicians getting ultra rich. Is it a scam? I don't know. Like, whatever. It is what it is, right? Remember the whole mask thing? It's like, wear a mask. It does work. It doesn't work. Like, is that a scam? Was it like, I don't know. Did you participate in it? Did you not? This one gets me on my nerves too, this here too, right? Because I was a civil servant, hardcore street cop from Brooklyn, fireman. It's like my uncles, my cousins, cops, firemen. It's in my blood, right? Civil servants protest, take the bridge in New York, and this wasn't just New York, right? To take a mandatory experimental medical procedure, and if you didn't do it, you were terminated. This is not just civil servants. We saw this happen. Was that a scam? I don't know, right? How many scams? Enron, like you can go on and on and on. I was just saw something about UBS this morning. I had my money with UBS, like this big scam. So, how many people got taken for all these different, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? How about network marketing companies? You build a business, surprise, it's shut down. Like, so it's like things happen in life, and it's not just network marketing. It's not anything. These are companies, Circuit City, right? Chrysler, General Motors, Peer Imports, Bed Bath and Beyond. How many people have heard of someone, goes to work and they lose their job? I don't, what are we going to do, right? You've got to do you. You've got to decipher information like I did. That's all I did, right? And so Rite Aid, these are going bankrupt. This is all ChatGPT stuff. Got a lot of information there. So, what is it? How does it work? This presentation is an overview from my perspective. I'm not going to get into blockchain and explain that because I don't know what it is. I can't explain blockchain, right? What is passive income? These are where the slides get a little configured. How do I have access to the funds? How fast can I liquidate? All right. Let me just show you this. How fast can you liquidate stocks, ETFs, right? Or that's 3 to 4 days if you have stocks, right? You got to click a few buttons. You got to make calls. You got to execute a sale order, cash settles, brokerage account, ACH transfer arrives in checkings in 3 to 4 business days. So that's stocks, right? Same thing with mutual funds. Guys, I put money in mutual funds for years. I didn't even know what I was putting money in. I did. I did deferred compensation of 457, much more money than I did here. Much, much bigger risk, long term, much, geometrically more money I put into this. All right. Mutual funds, 2 to 3 business days. Okay. 401k. This is as per ChatGPT. I don't know if you have a 401k. All right. But if you contributed $5,000 for 20 years to a 401k, okay, that's a total of $100,000. The S&P ending balance in 2025 would be $1.4 million. Now, I don't know if you have 1.4 million from your 401k. This is just an example. Okay, that's how much you would have. Now, $1.43 million in 2025 buys roughly what $577,000 would buy in 1990. Okay, so the value of the dollar is shrinking. We know this, right? Now you see that's a graph of a 401k. All right. Here's another example. Now I'm using these examples because I think we could all relate to 401k and real estate, right? 2016, the median U.S. house price was 365,000. 2020, this is all as per ChatGPT, all right? And they give the reference. Maybe I'll put the reference for tomorrow's. All right. 2020, 400,000. 2025, 410. Right. So now, if you just want to know the mortgage rates and what your principal and interest would be, this is the difference. All right. 2016, that's what you would be paying at those rates. 2020, those are the rates and the principal and interest. And now in 2025, as per ChatGPT, you're looking at 7 to 7.5%, 2,200. It's almost $1,000 more than it would have been. So, this is affecting the real estate market, right? And the mortgage business. So let me show you this. Okay. Let's look at Bitcoin. Now, we'll start with Bitcoin for a second. How much Bitcoin would you need in each of those scenarios? The price of Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin at that time, how much Bitcoin would you use to have purchased any of those homes, right? So in 2016, Bitcoin was worth $434, just 2016. That would be 841 Bitcoin you would need to purchase that home, right? In 2020, it shoots up to $7,200. You would need 56 Bitcoin to purchase the same home. And in 2025, Bitcoin is now worth $116,000, right? And you would need 3.5 Bitcoin to make the same purchase. Now, the value of that home, did it go up? Intrinsically, it actually went down because, homes, the price might go up, right? But it needs wear and tear, right? It gets wear and tear. But let me just show you this. 2016, you see the 841 BTC Bitcoin? That's what you would need, all right? And that was back then. Right now, that same Bitcoin, if you had the Bitcoin in 2016 to purchase that house in 2016, that would be worth almost $100 million right now. That's a lot. You can't get those gains anywhere. You're not getting that gain with a 401k, right? So this is what's a chart of the US dollar since 2016. Guys, you know this, right? And so let me see where I'm going with this because I have these slides convoluted, right? So this is Bobby Gray. Now I don't know this guy, right? But I watched his videos. I watched more about him. He was just at Ron Paul's birthday party a couple days ago. I suggest you watch this. When I purchased this mine, it's stored here in Texas. I don't have it at my house. This guy's just listen to it. Like, this is the only thing I bought. I have furniture sitting around. I have a couch, television. There's nothing that I purchased with money that pays me anything. This is the only thing I bought that's paying me money, that's paying me passive income. It's stored at this facility. All right. I purchased it. I didn't purchase coins. These are some of my friends, people that I know that are on this Zoom right now. Now, Carl is all the way up in the upper right-hand corner. Him, I know the most of these others. I've met Carl physically. He's a friend of mine, okay? Face to face, we've met. And so they've gone down to the facilities. I've watched videos of people going down to see the facilities. Because again, you may have been involved with something like similar where you make money on people's money and people buy coins and you make a percentage of it. That's not this. And it took me, unfortunately, 3 months to figure that out. Um, I'm just saying this because maybe you do you. I'm sharing information, right? Texas Coin, they're not hiding this, all right? There's billboards all over Texas. Now, from what I understand, in Nashville, now in Ocala, there's something that's just coming up where businesses can now use Texit, all right? And so this is like a grassroots thing. I'm watching more of it. I'm a patriotic guy, if you can't tell. Like, I'm like really into, you know, um, family, uh, having an estate, buying an estate, living around people I love, like, growing my own food type of thing. That's my like goal, right? Excuse me. So this is like right there along aligned with that, right? It's in airports. There's cars wrapped of it. This isn't something where there's some guy and you went making a percentage of something. This isn't that. Otherwise, there would be no Zoom today. Okay. So here's a question like, how do I access the funds? This is what I had. I want to know how fast can I liquidate? So Texit Coin, right? I have the app right here on my phone. Okay, you get the app. Let me show it in the thing here. There's the app. You get an app. That's where I saw the funds I'm getting daily, right? So all you've got to do is send it over to this thing. You can send it to DexTrade or Bitmart. Everyone says they use something called DexTrade. Okay, there's videos of people doing this. People have done this. They're taking the money, the coin, transferring into dollars and using it. All right. How fast can you do this? That's about 8 to 10 minutes, I've been told. Okay. Now what do? You go from DexTrade over to Coinbase, Crypto.com, CoinMar, Zoom, or Kraken. I think people are using Coinbase mostly. I think I'll have call on in a minute and whatever. We'll talk about that maybe. Okay. And so now Crypto.com back some years ago, was like crypto, what's crypto? But there's stadiums named crypto, like Crypto.com's on everything. We know what this is now. This isn't a secret anymore, right? So, and that's only a short few years ago, was 2016. People are like, I don't know about this crypto thing, right? So this now to do this takes 4 to 20 minutes. So you're in for like 20 minutes right now to get your money. Like, how fast can I liquidate? Then you saw EFTs and mutual funds, which we should all have. This isn't like stop working and stop doing your mutual funds and stuff. This is end. Why would I not want to diversify? Like, what am I, nuts? Even my son 3 weeks ago, he's like, Vlad, I want to learn about crypto. I didn't ask him to say it. I didn't tell them anything. Like the younger generations, they don't walk around like with cash in their pocket, right? And so this is convenient. It's grassroots. It's peer to peer. It's friggin' awesome. All right. So it goes from Texas Coin to DexTrade to Coinbase to your checking account. Let's just say Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, ACH, right? Okay. And that takes a business day. That's on the banks, right? That takes a business day. Or check this out. Or you can go right to your Visa card. Now, I want you to listen to what I'm saying. I said this to my wife yesterday. She's like, wait, what? Now watch. Texacoin to DexTrade to Coinbase, you're in 20 minutes. Let's just say half hour, 10 minutes. It could be 5 minutes, right? Then it goes from Coinbase to your Visa card or crypto to their Visa card, CoinZoom to their Visa card, Kraken to their Visa card. This is a Visa card. And that takes seconds. Seconds. So let's just say you're going to Costco that day, right? Like my friggin' wife dragging me to the stores all the time. Anyway, you're going to Costco. Let's go to Costco. Yeah, great. I can hardly wait. Every time I go to Costco, it's 500, 500. Every time we leave the house, it's $100. Every time, has anyone noticed the price of anything? Right? Anyone? So, but let's just say you're spending $500 at Costco, okay? If you're a W-2 employee, this is as per ChatGPT, as per the national average, you're getting paid at 20, taxed, sorry, at 23%. In order for you to have $500 to spend, you will have had to make $649, all right, if you tax at 23%, which by the way, I was always taxed like 35, 40%. That's another whole story. But not only would you have to earn the 649, but it wasn't passive, it was earned. Like how many hours does it take for you to work out of your house, commute, get dressed, or whatever it is? It's W-2, and I'm not knocking it. I did it for a quarter of a century. I get it. But you got to make 649 to net 500. Here, 500 is 500, right? I have people that spoke about like, hey, I want to, they're retiring in Social Security. Like they want to make some extra money. They want to have make some money to use for Costco and stuff. What if you had something like this as this passive income's coming in? By the way, I don't have the slides with the passive income on it. I could show you. I guess we could show you after. But why not just peel off 500, send it over in 30 minutes? We're going out shopping. Boom. So you can use this for whatever you want to use it for, right? So that's how that goes. Let's see how we go here. Let's see what the slides I got for you guys. All right. Let me show you a very 90-second video. All right. Let me see how are we on time. I'm going as quick as I can. I'm sorry, guys. All right. So I'm going to share with you a quick, very quick video. It's 90 seconds, but like this got my attention too. And there's a lot of videos that really got my attention. This one got my attention because it's, we can talk about, oh, Bitcoin's the greatest thing ever, but it's not just Bitcoin. So just check this out. It's 90 seconds. Listen to this video.
I wonder how many people watching this got absolutely filthy rich off of Bitcoin and crypto. Probably not too many. Why not? I mean, Bitcoin's been around since 2009. Surely you heard about it by 2017. You could have picked up plenty of Bitcoin in 2018 at $3,000 and 20x your money. Why didn't you? You had plenty of time to get up to speed. The crypto kids got rich. The Bitcoin bros, the kids that grew up with this stuff, they crushed it. You probably recognize these boys. They won big. This guy bought a Lambo with his crypto winnings. This girl's a billionaire now, thanks to crypto. But you missed it. Well, let's add insult to injury. You didn't just miss Bitcoin. You missed Litecoin. You missed Doge. You missed Ripple, Monero, Ethereum, Cardano, Binance, Shiba, and hundreds of others. Let's imagine for a moment that you put $100 into each of these when they first made it to market. Not on day one, but by the time you would have had a chance to grab some on a crypto exchange. Add them up. If you put $800 in, they're worth about $214,000 today. That's a 214x return on your gamble. To me, it begs the question, which one is next? Well, you missed it. You missed it again and again and again. In fact, there's a list of hundreds of cryptos out there that's worth trillions of dollars. Someone is driving around right now in a Lamborghini because of a cryptocurrency you never even heard about.
So I don't want a Lamborghini, and we know it. I'll say that I'll say I missed it, right? This is just an example, and I like that example, right? So I want to put that and share that with you. So again, what's going on with the price of the dollar, right? And then you look at what's going on with Texit, and I'm like, all right, I'm in. It didn't take, it was easy for me to do it. Now, there is the affiliate plan too, right? Because I just saw a friend made over $100,000 from the affiliate plan. I was one guy. Let me just stop the share for a second. So I didn't do the affiliate plan yet. I am now, obviously. Otherwise, why would I be doing the Zoom? I would just, and here's what I encourage people: don't even forget the affiliate plan. Forget telling your friends. Forget it. Forget doing that. I say, like, at least I was comfortable about. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I signed up, and I have the. I look at them saying there's $5. So now, like, the goal is for me to acquire as many of these mines as possible. So if I have one mine, it's paying me $5 a day right now, $4, $5 a day. Passive. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't sponsor anyone. It's like my first Zoom. By the way, if you want to get in my team, I'm going to smash it. All right. Obviously, and everybody's going to. So, uh, so, but that's all you have to do. And then if you believe it enough to tell someone, then you do. Right. Fair enough. So my goal is just to get 100 of them. If I make it $5 a day, then I would be making 500 a day, right? And if the value goes from where it is today to $2.10 or 2.15, whatever it is, to $10 a day, and make it like 1,000 a day or 2,000 a day. Like, the reason I just showed those numbers, like the crypto it would take to buy a house in 2016, that would be like 300 and something thousand, is now worth 100 million. You can't get that return on a 401k. It's like no one has a 401k and says, "Yeah, how'd you do with your 401k? Yeah, after 20 years, I have 30 million." No one says that. It doesn't even exist. Either have to be in Congress or cryptocurrency, apparently, because that's the only place I've seen it, right? And like my wife and I watched this video, this little YouTube show. It's a cute little show, whatever. It's funny, but they showed these like kids, just 25-year-old kids worth, $80 million. I mean, what? So this isn't a deal where I'm looking to make an extra 2,500 a month in a plan, which is a great, like, businesses. This is a different animal. And that's why I'm like, maybe you hear it my tonality or something. For me, the risk to me, like, I was a fireman, so it's a different type of like risk adversity I have. My risk here is that I didn't buy a mine. And I'm pissed that I didn't do it earlier or didn't start telling people about it. Does that make sense? Right? So I do want to share with you the affiliate plan because, like, if you don't want to know anything about the affiliate plan, just click off now and that's it. But I'm going to share with you too because that's got my attention as well, right? Because I do know network marketing. It's what I've done for years. I like it. I hate it. There's things I like and love about it, right? One thing I will say though, and I'm watching it because I've been stalking people on Facebook. People are making a lot of money here. $1,000 a week, 3,000 a week, 9,000 a week, right? I'm seeing this type of money. I'm saying that like, that's big for people, right? I'm always of the thing like, can I help someone do this? I know if someone buys this mine, they don't have to tell anybody. Anyway, let me go and I'll have call on it. Sorry if I'm going a little long, guys. Wasn't my intention. I want to just I want to really be quick but kind of thorough. I'll have quicker ones, I promise. All right. So here's how it goes. It's a dual team system. Some people call it binary. Dual team. All right. 3 points left, 3 points right. You make $1,000. Okay. Now, if someone buys a 3-pack and 3 mines, you can have one person left, one person right, make $1,000. Someone buys two 6-pack, 9-pack. You can enroll 2 people that want to get 9 packs, which I should have done because I would have 2 free. Anyway, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But 2 people make 3,000 that week, right? And you're gonna get, it's like, this is how you acquire more mines. So by me doing this, I can get now more mines. The company incentivizes people. Like every company that's got an affiliate plan, by the way. You name the company, whether it's Amazon, Target, Walmart, BJ's, Costco has an affiliate plan. I don't know if you know, like TikTok Shop affiliate. Any company and every company that's wise has an affiliate plan. So this company, and by the way, they cap you at 3,000. The more I learn about this is to keep these people coming in with like $100,000 or 200 or $10 million, and just they want the coin to literally do what the Bitcoin was intentioned to do. I just like the whole culture of it. At first, I'm like, show me the numbers, but I'm watching the culture of it. It's like right up my alley. All right, so here's how it works. So let's just say this is this guy, right? And he has a three pack. We'll go with the three. All right, so one mine's 1,000, three mines is 3,000, nine mines is 9,000, or like, 899, five, like that. Right? Just call it 1,000. Okay. It's a dual team. Now, let's just say someone above you places someone below you, right? There you go. And they have a three pack. There's 3 points. There's you don't have to have one left, one right to be qualified. They don't have that. This is easy. Okay. And let's just say you bring in a spouse with three or a friend with three. You bring someone in, right? We're using three as an example to keep it simple. All right. Three left, three right. You make $1,000. Beautiful. Beautiful, right? You're excited. You invite a friend to Zoom. You show someone your app. Look, I made, $15 yesterday for, $15 a day are you making, right? If you have the three pack, they're like, oh, I want to get on a Zoom. They see more, they get started. And now you sign up someone else. They get started. All right. And maybe the guy that dropped in above you, they bring someone else in. Okay. Next is maybe how come it's not going? This person, I'll go back. This person brings in two people. See here? Now that she brings in two. Now they all have the three pack. What is that? 6 points left, 6 points right. Now you make $2. I'm sorry. Now you make $2,000. It's a lot of money to make in a week, no? 2 grand on the side, in addition to what we're doing, watching Zooms, watching videos, right? So this can build out from here. You don't have to know the people. They spill onto you or they build onto you, whatever other people tell people who tell people. And let's just say you have 9 points left, 9 points right. You make $3,000 in that week. You're capped off at $3,000 a week. That's as much as you can make per position. If you had another position, right? I'm just show you, right? 9 and 9. And then, this can spill into hundreds of people. We've seen it happen. 5 people tell 5 people. You have 30 people who tell two, is 60 people. And this is what's happening, right? A lot of people looking to make extra money online. A lot of people looking to retire. A lot of people uncertain about what the F is going on in the world, right? So if you have big teams, right? Let's just say this has happened. This pays infinite depth, all right? The points do carry over. A lot of them, it's a training thing, but it doesn't just flush, right? And so, I mean, you can have 100 points left, 100 points right. You'll still get paid the 3,000, right? They're only to cap you to three if you had the one spot, okay? $3,000. But again, $3,000 a week, right? Who can live off that on the side, okay? Now, let's just say hypothetically, I don't know, you have a spouse who has a daughter, whatever, and a daughter, and 3 people have their positions and they're participating. You could have $3,000 of spot coming in. That's, $9,000 a week in a household. That can change things. So, I'm just kind of giving you scenarios, sharing information with you. I appreciate you guys coming on. Let me bring on Call a minute. And again, it wasn't my intention to be so long, but it is what it is. I'm excited about this. I like doing this stuff. And I'm going to bring Call on as a co-host, and maybe Call, you can tell me if there's someone that wants to share something. I'm going to make you a co-host if you're there. And, Call's a friend, and he's a business partner. He's really sharp. He's got a background as a financial advisor. He really knows what he's talking about. I chose him to be my sponsor because I know I can bring someone on and they can just I can mute myself out and he can answer the question. Did I get you on there? Call. Let me see if you're coming on here. Yeah, you are. It's a gorgeous Call.
Hey, Manny.
What's up, pal?
Hey, I'm ready to sign up again.
Thanks. Listen, thank you for stalking me, and I mean that. And I've always enjoyed your company. We have fun with this, right? And so we've had some businesses together. We've had some fun, but you were persistent with me, and you kept sending me the screenshots. I'm like, but I didn't watch the videos. And Call, what do you think people need to hear?
Well, so, we meet people through the years and we build relationships in this kind of community that you mentioned. And I love you too much for this, for a no thank you to be the end all. And so people that are on here that maybe they're new or they're not in yet, they just don't know yet what we know and what we're experiencing truly for their best interest. So we have a life raft, and people don't know that until they know that. And so all we ask is that they get on the bike and ride and drive the bike. I think they'll find, hey, this is pretty comfortable. This thing is smooth as silk. Outside of that, the risk is zero because our founder, Bobby Gray, is willing to give 30 days full money back. So I'm going to encourage folks that if they haven't considered joining us yet, or they're just hearing about it for the first time, to seriously pray about it and seriously consider, because you've got 30 days to see, get in on the inside versus just looking from the outside. But I knew back on May 3rd when you joined me, Vinny, that at some point the timing would be right. So timing is important in life. And so if we've got things going on, maybe it's not right. But the more time that I've been around this, my excitement level of we really have something super positive for a family, and then those that I really know and love, a no thank you is not an option. It's just not an option. They don't know it yet, but I hope and pray that conveys, because this brought me out of retirement of 5 years when I saw this after Ed and Mitchell approached me. And so if we've been in the crypto space for a decade or more, we've got some bumps and bruises. The 82 Bitcoins, yes, 82 Bitcoins that I've had stolen doesn't feel warm and fuzzy. So this one I did the deeper dive, but Dad always said, son, a closed mind's the most expensive thing you'll ever own. So when I did do the deeper dive and found out US soil, the advertising you see, we're not hiding from people. We have cold storage, which we'll get into in the future. So we custodian our own funds. So the Bernie Madoff situations aren't there, because Bernie Madoff can send me, coming from the financial world, Bernie Madoff could send me a statement every quarter or every month saying, here's your value. It was 250,000 last month. Now it's 280,000 this month. Okay, now it's 320,000 this month. Okay, so send me 50,000. Oh, no. So keep it in there. It's got to grow. It's got to compound and all that kind of stuff. And then you wake up in the infamous rug pull, and the IP addresses or servers are closed and off and gone. And that happened to me a few times, and that's not fun. Well, with Texit Coin, we have our funds, we custodian our funds, and they're in our own possession. So you paint an amazing picture with your slides and crazy talent. So, we've known each other 12, 14 years. I think I'll keep you around, Vinny. No, you do a great job and sharing some things just to bring some real life situations. Your story will resonate with many. As we say here in Tennessee, that dog will hunt. So, mortgages and things, and a lot of us don't know. And like you say, I remember back Lehman Brothers in 2008, and they're a 150-year-old company, but making bad choices. Then what happens when you and I make bad choices? We may get thrown out on the street. When big corporations make bad choices, what do? You and I, as tax dollars, bail them out, and that sickens me. Yeah. So this weekend, you mentioned Ron Paul and Bobby Gray hosted his 90th birthday party, which that's where Bobby got his career shot into orbit, with speaking in front of Congress in 2012 at the ripe old age of 32. So Bobby Gray was up on stage yesterday, and everybody was donating, and so he did as well. But he showed people with his phone, in a matter of 40 seconds, he donated to the organization over $15,000. And as he's doing it, he said, oh, wait a second. As I'm sending this $15,000 to the Ron Paul Foundation, I'm not having to ask the bank down the street, hey, can I wire my own funds? Can I have my own money to send? So, and that's what Bitcoin really started as. And that's what he's bringing, is honest money to the equation, as it is trusted, being blockchain. And we'll get into that in future education, but I think you're spot on with encouraging folks to seriously take a look at what we have going at this point. Because when I started, the coin was 42 cents, and today it's $2.11, $2.12, up 500% in 4.5 short months, up 1,400% year to date. And I'll leave you with this. As an investment advisor with AG Edwards, Vin, if you came to me in the late 90s and said, Carl, get me 20% a year and we'll do business. Well, if we did that, it would take 70 years to get 1,400% return, which Texas Coin is compressed. You talk about compressing time. We've compressed time into 7 months and a week of what it would have taken 70 years at 20% return. So past results don't dictate the future, but there's no better way to dollar cost average than receiving rewards every single night for, oh, by the way, it's not a 1 or 3 or 5 year contract. It's 137 years of mining Texas coins that those $4 or $5 per miner can produce for the next 137 years. You talk about Willa Volta children and grandchildren. We're on to something super special, Ben. Back to you.
Carl, you do a great way of conveying this message. I'm sorry that I didn't listen sooner. I think that's a story of a lot of us in life. We say that coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I'm so glad I did. I just like it. I like that there's no monthly cost. It's just the opposite of, and what you just said, my wife, because I had to watch Bobby Gray speak at Ron Paul's thing. It was 7 minutes. I just saw the video. She said, honest money. I like that. Like, I think a lot of us are so, oh, I don't have any even words to speak of in the last 5 years of how the world has, we don't even have to speak about it. So people are and it's why I think like timing too, not just timing of a person getting started, but timing of people's acceptance of change and the importance of taking their own personal responsibility. So I appreciate your leadership, brother. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate you sharing me, which we won't hear, but sharing with me your exact monies that you've made. And I'm blown away by how many. If let me answer this very quickly. Explain why there's no guarantees or anything, but why just having a mind you don't lose. Like every single person, if you have the mind, you're getting paid, right? It's mind blowing.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of folks will ask the question, well, why don't I just spend $1,000, Carl, and buy Texas coin in the open market? You say it's tradable now. And to that, I say, this isn't an either or. I want everybody listening to me closely for a half a second. This isn't an either or proposition that Vinny's bringing to you. This is a both and. Keep your extra real estate, keep your Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it be, maybe even a little bit of savings accounts or money markets. Although when we show a chart and the dollars down 98% over the last 100 years, I'd say I wouldn't get too much there, maybe the 3 to 6 months expenses. But so, with that, when we look at what that can do over time, it's the proposition is amazing. But Vinny, ask me that question again, because I was going off on a tangent. And get me back on track, because I just saw a squirrel.
Yeah, it's fine. Bottom line is passive, making money without recruiting, without team building.
Yeah,
it's another side of this.
So the point I was getting at is that somebody buying, versus it can be both, but the passive. So look, anytime a client come to me, if they wanted a lot more stock, they would have to write big checks. And so with Texas Coin, as you see, and you start, how many mines do you want to own? How many $5 a day do you want to own? And then what that could grow to if we hit a $7, $10, $12, $14 price target and beyond, which we've seen crypto do. Then I start backing into that. Okay, so there's only a couple ways I can do that. I can either write big checks, or I can take the duct tape off the mouth and share it with all my friends and loved ones. As I mentioned, this brought me out of retirement 5 years ago, because it was the no thank you was been on the table. I was sour on crypto because of 82 Bitcoins being stolen. I still bought some inside my EFT and in EFT form through my Schwab accounts, retirement accounts, and taxable accounts. But so if I've come across something that I believe can bless Vinny's home, and I don't share that, just like, I mean, I equate it to people need to know that what Jesus did on the cross for them. So I'm going to share that with all whom will listen, because he loves us all and he died on the cross for us. So now I've got something super important, and I see something that's up 1,400% year to date. Having our money work smarter, not harder, and truly while we sleep. I have to share that with everyone who will listen. And then with receiving it day after day in a dollar cost average type scenario, it lessens the chances of, the coin diminishing. We're kind of happy if the coin diminishes in value a little bit, because what's happened, then we buy a little bit more and we buy a little bit more. But this is 137 years worth. So the value proposition can be astronomical, especially with what crypto has done. And we do have honest money, as you mentioned. Now businesses all over the United States can accept Texas Coin to do business in their small and mid-sized businesses. So then we have a real currency. But a lot of people, as you showed, you can use your debit card. Bitcoin started out that way, but it's such a store of value now because it's like digital gold. People don't use it to buy their groceries. As 10 years ago, I would show off and buy people Starbucks coffees for $5 with Bitcoin. That cup of coffee is $550 today. So while I'll sell a little bit of Texas Coin along the way, I want to hold, Dad always said, son, get all you can all you get, and sit on the can. So I'm going to sit on the can of Texas Coin for a hot minute, but wherever a person's at, if they need to take profits tonight, they receive the coins at 7:30 tonight Central, they can sell them at 8 p.m. So it truly is fully liquid, not held up, no lockup period. So do with what they wish. But another way to earn more miners is to simply love on a friend, send them to your video, send them to a Zoom or something. They don't even have to talk. They don't have to talk at all. If they can point and click and copy and paste, they can send a little video and let us do the heavy lifting, if they so choose. And for my family, to be a good steward of what the Lord's blessed us with, for me not to share a story knowing that we've got something exciting, I wouldn't be a good steward of the Lord's blessing not to be sharing this. He's given you and I the gift of gab, Vin. You've got the Southern accent and I got the Northern accent down pat. So
we got this city boy, good old boy thing going. I love it, brother. I appreciate your leadership and all you do, my friend. For everyone who's watching, thanks for tuning in. If you want to have some questions, get us offline and say, I have this question, I have that question, and we'll show you how to get started if you so do choose. Thank you again, my brother. Appreciate you. I love you.
Thank you, brother.
Let's go do it. All right, team. Have a great day.